Today in the electrifying world of tennis is a journey through the most controversial moments in the history of this seemingly refined sport. You might think of tennis as a game of grace and poise, but oh, how wrong you are. Behind the pristine courts and polished rackets lies a tumultuous battleground of scandal, rivalry, and raw emotion. Down under, in the land of kangaroos and koalas, Australian tennis stars have had their fair share of glory and shame. From stunning victories to historic failures, these players have brought the heat to the court like no other. But beware, for where there is fame, there is also infamy, with outbursts and embarrassments staining the pristine surface of the game. As prize money skyrockets and young prodigies rise to claim their spot in the limelight, the stage is set for explosive showdowns. These rising stars bring with them a cocktail of talent and temperament, a volatile mix that can erupt into chaos at any moment. Rackets shatter, tempers flare, and the drama unfolds before our very eyes. As we delve into the heart of darkness that lurks beneath the surface of tennis history, from scandals that rocked the world to feuds that ignited fiery rivalries, no stone will be left unturned. So sit back, grab your popcorn, and prepare to witness the most shocking and controversial moments in the annals of tennis history. You'll be glad you were on the sidelines for this wild ride. Here's the scene: the scorching heat on the court, tension so thick you could cut it with a knife. And then, like a thunderbolt from the heavens, comes Nick Kyrgios, the infant terrible of Australian tennis, known for his fiery spirit and unapologetic demeanor. Kyrgios shocked the world with his audacious comments at the Rogers Cup 2015. As the crowd held its breath, Kyrgios faced off against the formidable Stan Wawrinka, a titan of the tennis world. But what unfolded on that fateful day was not just a match, but a clash of titans, a battle of wills that would go down in history. And then, in a moment of brazen defiance, Kyrgios unleashed a verbal assault like no other. With venom dripping from his tongue, he uttered those infamous words that would send shockwaves through the tennis community. "Kokonakis banged your girlfriend. Sorry to tell you that, mate." The words hung in the air like a dark cloud, casting a shadow over the pristine court and shattering the illusion of sportsmanship. Kyrgios had crossed the line, igniting a firestorm of controversy that would engulf him in its flames. As the dust settled and the uproar spread like wildfire, Kyrgios faced the wrath of tennis authorities. He was slapped with a hefty fine and suspended from the tour, his once promising career now marred by scandal and shame. Controversial moment number 2, the indomitable force of Novak Djokovic, a colossus among tennis titans, whose very name strikes fear into the hearts of his opponents. But even the mightiest warriors are not immune to the twists and turns of fate, as Djokovic discovered in the tumultuous saga of his vaccination and visa controversy. In the year 2022, as the world grappled with the grip of the COVID-19 pandemic, Djokovic stood poised to defend his Australian Open title. With rumors swirling and tensions mounting, Djokovic claimed he had obtained an exemption from the mandatory vaccination by Tennis Australia, a move that would allow him to compete on the hallowed grounds of Melbourne Park. But as Novak stepped on Australian soil, he walked straight into a storm of controversy. Despite his claims of exemption, the border police detained him, casting doubt upon his eligibility to compete in the tournament that had been his kingdom for years. And thus began a battle of wills, a high-stakes game of cat and mouse between Djokovic and the authorities. Back and forth they went, each side refusing to yield, until finally the hammer fell. The immigration minister, in a stunning display of power, canceled Djokovic's visa, sending shockwaves through the tennis world. Denied the chance to defend his crown, Djokovic watched helplessly as his dreams crumbled before his eyes. The controversy raged on, leaving a bitter taste in the mouths of fans and a stain of Djokovic's legacy that would not easily fade. Controversial moment number 3. A showdown of epic proportions unfolded on the hallowed grounds of the 2018 U.S. Open Women's Final. In one corner, we have the rising star, Naomi Osaka, her talent shining like a beacon of hope. And in the other corner, the undisputed queen of the court, Serena Williams, a force to be reckoned with. But what should have been a celebration of skill and determination descended into chaos as Williams clashed with chair umpire Carlos Ramos in a series of altercations that rocked the tennis world to its core. As Osaka fought valiantly for her moment of glory, the brilliance of her victory was marred by the shadows of controversy. Williams' fiery demeanor and verbal confrontations with Ramos cast a dark cloud over the match, leaving many to question the fairness of it all. And then, like a lightning bolt from the heavens, Williams unleashed a powerful accusation of sexism, igniting a firestorm of debate and discussion that would echo through the halls of tennis history. Was she a victim of discrimination, or simply a player unable to accept defeat graciously? The tennis community stood divided, with some rallying behind Williams, decreeing the double standard that plagues the sport. Others shook their heads in disbelief, branding her accusations as nothing short of ridiculous. For controversial moment number 4, we take a trip down memory lane to witness one of the most infamous moments in the annals of tennis history. Behold the tempestuous clash between John McEnroe and an unsuspecting umpire, a showdown that would etch itself into the very fabric of the sport. As the tension mounted and the stakes soared, McEnroe found himself locked in a fierce battle with his opponent, Tom Gullickson. But it was not the clash of rackets that would steal the spotlight, but rather the clash of wills between McEnroe and the umpire. It was Wimbledon 1981, and like a volcano on the brink of eruption, McEnroe erupted into a massive tirade, his booming voice echoing across the lawn like thunder. "You cannot be serious," he bellowed, his words dripping with contempt as he disputed a line call from a hapless line judge. But McEnroe's wrath knew no bounds as he turned his fiery gaze towards the umpire, unleashing a verbal assault of epic proportions. It was a spectacle of rage and defiance, earning McEnroe the notorious nickname of Super Brat and cementing his place in tennis folklore. The crowd held its breath, the tension palpable in the air, as McEnroe's outburst reverberated through the stadium like a thunderclap. It was a moment of pure drama, a clash of titans that would go down in history as one of the most shocking and controversial displays of emotion ever witnessed on a tennis court. Controversial moment number 5. We are about to witness a spectacle like no other. Enter once again Nick Kyrgios, the badly behaved child of tennis, whose fiery temper threatens to ignite the court in a blaze of controversy and chaos. In the heat of battle at the 2019 Rome ATP Masters against Casper Ruud, Kyrgios found himself teetering on the edge of madness, his patience wearing thin with each passing moment. And then, like a volcano on the brink of eruption, he exploded into a frenzy of rage. Swearing at a line judge was just the beginning for Kyrgios, as he unleashed a torrent of fury upon the unsuspecting court. With a kick of his foot, he sent a water bottle flying, a mere prelude to the chaos that would ensue. But Kyrgios was not done yet. Oh no! With a primal roar, he seized a chair and hurled it onto the court with reckless abandon, a shocking display of defiance that stunned the crowd into silence. 3 warnings and 3 strikes, and Kyrgios found himself facing the ultimate consequence. With a heavy heart and a bitter taste of defeat, he was defaulted from the match, his dreams shattered in a storm of controversy and condemnation.